5 conservatives rank themselves on the political spectrum. Okay. I'm a paleo conservative.
Trans women in biological women's sports. I honestly think it's a case-by-case basis.
Why do you think that it should be a case-by-case basis? Because I don't
think it should be at all. I don't think they should be allowed. It's so messed up, man, because who wants to say it? I mean, I'm sure transphobes want to say that, but my thing is, you look at the data, trans women generally have a biological advantage. It's best to not have them in sports with cis women, because there's going to be a disproportionate, like, higher amount of people in there, trans women in sports with cis women, and then they're gonna be at the top because they're gonna be able to dominate easier. It's just the unfortunate reality of life, bro. That's the reality, man. I don't feel good about it. Well, it's just life, dude. You know. And people are like, well, we're not seeing that now. It's like, yeah, but like if we allow it, you're gonna see more of it. Like, that's what we talk about. That's like normalizing and socializing this behavior. So unfortunately, we shouldn't normalize that behavior. I think most trans people don't care about this, because they're still trying to get medical coverage for gender affirming surgery, which sounds like the next step. That would be great. But that's just the reality, brother.
I think that they should be allowed in women's sports at all.
If you had to rank yourself against others based on a specific trait, what would it say about how you see them and how they see you? To find out, we brought together 5 conservatives and had them rank each other.
She doesn't look like a conservative. She looks like a hippie. That's a liberal. That's a lib. We got a libtard in here. I can't wear the love shirt. This is a LGBTQ shirt. We got a fucking liberal in here. Oh shit. God damn it. God fucking damn it.
To most politically right. Then we had them take the political compass test and rearrange them based on how right they act.
You're gonna have them take the political cum piss test? Wow. Who made that? Who made that word up? Huh? Who made that word up? Whoa, I did. I probably did. This is the thing you guys don't know about me. I actually have a time machine, and what I did is I went back in time and I named. All right. They used to call it a directional graph. That's what they used to call it. I swear to God, they used to call it a directional graph. And then I went back in time and I said, directional graph. This is a compass. And I left. Spread like wildfire. You want to know why? Because they didn't know those words back then. That was incredible. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Actually are. This is ranking.
I'm Hunter. I do security for.
Wow, what a surprise that someone named Hunter is a conservative. Incredible.
I believe in Jesus. I don't really go to church, but that's how I was brought up. Also a little bit more libertarian than I am authoritarian. So smaller government, if any.
I'm Cameron. I am not religious at all. I am agnostic. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years.
Well, you're definitely the libtard.
I am very, very pro-gun. I believe it's my equalizer. I will never be as strong as a stronger male, but I definitely have my right to my Second Amendment. And
never be as strong as a stronger male. Who would have thought? I'll never be as strong as a stronger woman. They don't exist. Though women are weak. I got him. Boom.
My name is Navneet. You can also call me Navi, like from Legend of Zelda.
What is his name?
My right to my Second Amendment, and we'll use it if need be.
My name is Navneet. You can also call me Navi, like from Legend of Zelda.
What are you, transgender? You gonna call yourself a girl fairy? Come on, brother. What are you doing? We're going crazy in this one today. This is gonna be a crazy video, bro. This is gonna be the video that gets 1 million views, guys. In my heart and in my mind.
When it comes to my political views, I describe myself as fiscally conservative, but socially I follow more of a paleo-libertarian, like, you know.
Whoa, sounds like a fence sitter, I guess. I don't know.
School of thought. So I would describe myself as a very constitutionalist.
I thought he was gonna be like, oh, I'm politically right, but like socially left or whatever bullshit.
Very much so support the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, but I'd be considered more like left-leaning on some other topics, such as like I'm an environmentalist. I very much so support the LGBT community because a lot of my friends are part of it. I'm part of it. To be more specific,
I said, told you, he's transgender. She, I don't know. They.
Specific, I'm bisexual. Yeah, and that's also, by the way, the first time I'm saying that publicly.
Oh, well, congratulations.
My name is Kelly. I am from New York,
Nerd.
living in Washington, D.C. I am religious. I'm Jewish. I don't support the LGBT community at all. I'm not anti-gay or anything, but I do support tradition.
Oh, that might be a little anti-gay. I don't support the LGBTQ community at all. Sounds a little anti-gay. All right. That's if you just said that to me, I would be like, that sounds like you don't like gay people. Oh, okay. Or here's what she might say. She's gonna be like, the LGBTQ community is like a fucking, it's a fucking plot designed to feminize men or something. I swear to God, she's gonna say. I think she'll say it. I'm estimating it.
Traditional values in the home. However, I don't 100% believe that my religious values have anything to do with my conservative values. I try to
All right, she didn't say
keep
that, but
religion out of the way because I know
pretend she did, and I'd be right.
that there are conservatives who are
Think about
not
it.
religious.
I'm Maui. I'm originally from Colorado.
This guy looks like Jason Momoa, but a little more feminine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm kind of like in a weird spot where I grew up religious.
Bro, these are like the least conservative conservatives. You know what I mean? Like, where's Bill? Where's Billy Bob? You know, where's Huck? You know? Where's Rooster? That's his name. That's his birth name. They gave him the name Rooster. You know what I mean? Where are those guys?
And I grew up very liberal. I've been back and forth a lot of topics as far as immigration because I'm half Mexican. It's strange because coming from like a traditional Mexican family, they hold a lot of conservative values, but they very much label themselves as liberal.
A lot of black people that I know and grew up with have like conservative values, but like if you ask them, like, you
I
know,
think a lot of black people actually have fairly conservative values. They tend to vote Democrat, but like that doesn't make them conservative. So crazy stuff.
who you're going to vote for, it's always going to be Democrat, no matter what. So I find that really interesting that you said that, because I have like a connection with that.
What do you think are like traditions that conservatives hold?
Liking guns. I mean, you're painting with a broad brush. It's common.
Liking
sense things. I
guns
think
and hating gays. Hell yeah, brother. Got him.
support Constitution. Like I agree with all the amendments.
Just the general idea that like you should be able to pick yourself up by the bootstraps, and if you put in the hard work, you can get to where you want to be.
Yeah, maybe.
The beauty of this country, no matter
Here's the reality, bro. That's not necessarily always the case, all right? It's really good advice, though. You should try to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and work your ass off, because chances are you will be in a better spot than you would have if you just gave up. Like, that's just the reality. Does it mean that you're going to go become a fucking billionaire? Probably not. But it might mean a little bit better. It might mean your life is a little bit better, okay? You know, because I hate this whole thing, because progressives will be like, oh, no, you can't pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Like, I agree. There are fucking systemic issues that like oppress people. The the proletariat is getting oppressed by the bourgeoisie. All right, I get it. The system is a little fucked, but like if your advice is like, yeah, just don't work hard in the system because it's fucked, you're gonna be the loser. Okay, you will be, if you don't work, you'll always lose if you don't try. If you do try, I'd say that you have a much higher chance of of doing better. Okay, that's the reality. Okay, so don't, like, you know what I mean? We can advocate for a better system, as we also understand that you do have to work hard. Because you want to know what? Nobody gives a fuck about the fucking 25-year-old college dropout that's bitching and moaning about how the system's fucked and they work at like McDonald's or Starbucks. Nobody gives a shit about that person because you didn't put your fucking dues in. But if you're like a 30, 40-year-old person who's working their ass off, you're working 2 jobs and you're like, damn, this system's fucked, that person's gonna get listened to. I'm telling you right now, dude. You know, you just gotta be fucking reputable too, man. You gotta like work. You gotta do your dues. You gotta do your dues and don't your don'ts. You know what I'm saying?
no matter who you are. Obviously, some people have certain factors that will make it easier or like harder for them. But I feel like in this country, with the amount of opportunity that we have, you can be anyone and get to where you want to be.
This is an interesting question. I don't think being conservative has anything to do with your political affiliation. I think those
What do you?
things are separate, and I think a lot of people confuse the two. We just talked about how the Black community, the Indian community, the Mexican community, a lot of them are conservatives, but they're left-leaning.
I really
No, I disagree. I don't think that they're like conservative. They might have like some conservative and some progressive values. I don't think that, like, they tend to vote Democrat. Maybe they're more moderate, but Democrat isn't necessarily like leftist. It's becoming very left, but it's kind of like more moderate left, you know. So, I mean, I guess it depends on your area. Whatever.
I do believe, like, I don't care what you do in your life. You're a grown adult. You have no effect on me. I'm not religious. Like, don't force your religion down my throat. Don't force your opinions down my throat. We can have a discussion. I'm very open to having dialogues with anyone.
There's a very inappropriate joke that I can make, but I'm married. And that would be sexual harassment. Okay, so you guys better stop thinking it.
And I love to have conversation. Like, something that's going on right now is like the whole trans women in biological women's sports. I honestly think it's a case-by-case basis.
Why do you think that it should be a case-by-case basis? Because I don't think that they should be allowed in women's sports at all.
Based.
I agree with you on it should be not case per case. It just shouldn't be allowed, because I mean we've seen it. I don't know statistics offhand, but people just dominate that are biologically men.
I feel like
That's true.
dealing with like absolutes in a general sense, like in the political discourse, can be a very dangerous thing because
Shut the fuck up, okay? Listen, Navi, you're there for basic tips on how to move around in Zelda. You're not there for political discourse. Shut the fuck up. No, but in all honesty, like that's how we graph things. That's how we talk about things. We make generalities. So like when we talk about systemic racism, we make we generally talk about how like, black people are oppressed. Does that mean all black people are? No, of course not. And it would be patronizing to assert that. However, you would generally say like we need to obviously help like the black community more than like the white community, right? I say we focus on money, who, the poor people, but you get my point. We have to make these general broad assumptions. That's it. Like, what else do you want me to tell you? So, like, that's just it. Like, it's just you. You shouldn't generalize. Sometimes you should. Okay, like sometimes you gotta. And sometimes you just have to. We're talking about a societal thing. We're not talking about like 5 guys in a room. All right, we're not talking about 5 guys in a room with like a fucking trans person that's like 105 pounds trying to play football. We're talking about a general sphere. So, based on what you're saying, like, what do we do? Trans women compete, then they dominate. But you have to stop competing. Is that what we're doing? That's weird. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so
as you mentioned, there are outliers, and we always have to factor those in. So I'm not sure I agree with that, but yeah.
The outlier would be the trans person that doesn't dominate, generally speaking. I would say, but
I can see where you're coming from.
I think my difference is I don't think that trans women are biological women. I'm not going to be a dick. If you want me to refer to you as she.
Well, they're not.
Her, I'll do that. I'll call you by your name. I'm going to give you that respect as a human being.
It's okay to be different.
Yeah.
I don't understand what
That's
you guys
fair.
mean by outliers because they're all men. So what do you mean?
Damn, that's a little too based for me. Jesus Christ. She's clearly the most conservative. I was wrong. Holy shit. Oh my God.
I see this as absolute. Trans women are not women. They're men.
I mean,
That's
I would
fucked
never
up,
call
bro.
it ignorance or something. It's just everyone has their own views.
Well, you would call that ignorance. Like, ignorance is generally like a lack of education on a particular topic. Like, when you call somebody ignorant, you're not calling them necessarily stupid. You're saying they're ignorant. You're uneducated on something. Yeah, she's ignorant to trans people. Yes, I agree. She is ignorant. I would call that ignorant.
I can completely understand that.
You understand too much. Shut the fuck up.
Should we vote like democratically?
I mean, I'm gonna.
Like, I mean, you're just going to be understanding, but like, you could press back a little bit and say, like, why do you think that? But like, of course, you can't have like a 5-hour conversation here.
say you're probably a 5.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing. But
What are you talking about? This woman here is the most conservative.
yeah, and it's not a bad thing.
One is the most, 5 is the least.
I put you over
I
there.
put you there.
Yeah.
Me over here?
This guy, I think this guy is the 2. No, this guy is the 5. He's the lead. Okay, so here's my ranking. Okay, she's the most conservative. He is the. It's between these 2. Logically, I think he's the least conservative, but my brain's telling me to go with him. But I'm going to go with this. This is 5, 4, 3, 2. No, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The girls in this, I think, are the most conservative. We got Zelda is number 5. Jason Momoa is number 4. Mac Miller is number 3. Mommy's number 2. And Based God is number 1. Those are their names now. Okay.
1 is the most, 5 is the least.
I put you over
I
there.
put you there.
Yeah.
Me over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking you number 3 and you number 2. I felt like
Is it because of the religion?
Yes.
I think there are like 2 schools of thought we can go with here. We can either go with like traditional conservative values, which one of us like upholds it more,
this
which
guy's
I
not
feel like you would still be
conservative
the
at all.
most, like when it comes to like the traditional values you've described, or we can go by
Shut up.
like policy-wise, whether each one of us falls in line, and I like maybe
I'm sorry. I'm being so mean to this guy. I'm
don't
sorry.
support every single policy of like the Republican Party or just general conservative positions. So we could go in either direction.
I was like, I think you'd be over here. Just because like when I think of like, and I don't mean like a typical conservative, but when I think of a conservative, I think upholds like religion, traditional values.
I can go 3. That sounds good.
It's exactly.
pro-gun.
This is exactly what I said. This is exactly what I said. This is the ranking.
Right? And pro
Yeah,
speech
of
and everything.
course.
Okay, so we're on the same page. It just comes to that, and we can just go into other like I guess policies.
Well, how do you feel on like an abortion topic?
Well, abortion, I feel like dangerous abortion is going to happen if it's got rid of. And there are, I mean, I don't want to go into a small percentage, which it is, but there are late term ones where the mom will die. And then there's also ones where if you make abortion illegal, coat hangers are a thing. It's sad, but it's true.
So what if we
So-
don't count like the extreme cases? Would you say
I
mostly
think keep
allowed?
life, yeah, unless it's going to harm a life like the mom or the baby. If it's going to come out and you can predict it's going to be fine, then we should keep it, children alive, yes.
I guess for me, like I said, I've gone back and forth, and I don't want to be for it, but currently I am for abortion. I don't think anyone wants to be for
I'm also for mandatory abortion. That's where I stand. Get her done.
it, so it's not something that is an easy thing to want to do.
I believe birth control should be free. I 100% support free
Whenever-
birth control. I think that it would dramatically decrease abortions. But I am very much, we need to fix the afterwards as well. So the adoption agency, I think we need to fix that.
I was muted that whole time. Incredible. How long was I muted for? I don't know. Either way, I was trying to say I look kind of hot. That's all. I was saying that a few times, and you just couldn't hear it. I've been muted since the beginning of the video. Shh, fuck. The entire stream. Oh, damn. That's all I was going to say. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is really good. Oh, that's pretty good. We're looking pretty good today. Oh. Man. It's not too bad. I'm just feeling myself. All right, let's get back to this video. But we're not going to watch the actual video. We're just going to watch me.
And I think we need to advocate more for younger women to know about birth control options that we have.
I kind of wanted to bring this up. Is everyone kind of more like an interventionist kind of, thought process, or is it like kind of like
you guys like that? I know some people like that. They're like, damn, I like the armpit. Oh man. Oh. Not too bad.
isolationist, or even like in between? Like, do you think we should focus on our country's problems first?
Yes.
Or do you think-
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that's where I
Absolutely.
stand. Yeah.
How are we going to help other countries when we have so many other things?
Yes.
What's one of our problems? Just explain to me what a problem is for us, and then you tell me how you give a shit about it. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but what's like a problem with our country? We have problems with our country, like the homeless. Yeah, I don't care about that. Oh, okay, because conservatives don't really give a fuck about homeless people. Like, just generally speaking, like, some conservatives do, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's generally where I don't care about homeless people, or at least they don't care about any real policy to help homeless people. It's a lot of like, I don't like these things. Oh, what do you want to do about it? I just can't. It's like, we should cut taxes is what we should do. It's like, that doesn't help homeless people. It's like, I get it though. I get that you don't trust the government, but
So too much more in spending.
Yeah,
so
we just sent how much money to Ukraine? Why?
because they're an ally. Like, I just feel like that should be. So this is one of the things that bothers the shit out of me is like, it should be a conservative value to help your allies. I really just don't understand how it's not. I don't fucking get it. Like, that's just a conservative value. He's like, you help your you help your friends. Like, I just feel like that's like a conservative thing to do. I don't know why. It just feels like that. But then they're like, why are we doing, like, to shut the fuck up? Because those are our people and they're white. Why else? Of course, if they were black, we wouldn't have to care. But they're white. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, like, we should help our fucking, Jesus Christ. We should help our allies, right? Yeah, I know. They fucking listen to Tucker Carlson. Why are we doing this? Why are we spending money on this? Shut the fuck up, Tucker. You're a fucking anti-American bitch. Fucking sucking the dick of Russia. You're a pussy. Tucker Carlson's a fucking pussy. He's a fucking loser. He's a fucking dumb fuck loser. If Donald Trump gave $40 million to Ukraine, he would have been coming. I don't give a fuck. Un-American bitch. That's what it comes down to. Tucker Carlson's an un-American fucking pussy-ass bitch. He's a stupid fuck. Fuck that loser. Why do we give money to Ukraine? Shut the fuck up, Tucker. Shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck. We spend like $800 billion a year in our fucking military. I don't give a fuck about that $40 billion to Ukraine. All right? Because they're dying. I don't give a fuck. All right? They need the help. I don't give a shit. Send more. Don't care. Oh, what about them? What about fucking better schools, Tucker? What about Head Start programs? What about fucking universal preschool? You're really quiet about that. Shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. Fucking money to Ukraine. What would you do with it? Shove it up your ass? Fuck you.
That has nothing to do with us. We have so much. That money could have went to America.
Yeah, if we're prioritizing that, we can't even like take care of our own people. Like, veterans are like starving on the street, they're homeless. I feel like we should do something about that, but we can't.
What do you want? What would you do about that? What's the conservative solution? What's the conservative? Because what seriously, what would you do? Homeless shelters, or like maybe we could try to put people in fucking houses. Like, listen, personally, damn, I look like shit with my fucking hat on. Listen, personally, I'm a negative income tax. I've been leaning more towards negative income tax instead of UBI. It's basically a UBI, but you get more money the poorer you are. Anyway, something like that makes sense. You want to know why? Okay. First of all, it would displace our current welfare programs, which are conditional. All right. If you have a condition that you have to be poor or else you won't get money, people are going to tend to stay poor. That's what just happens. You know, if you don't have any other economic opportunity, you're going to ride the system. I do it too. Fuck you. Okay. That's number one. Second of all, we have a lot of space in the United States, but not a lot of people living in those spaces. Why? Because there's not a lot of economic infrastructure in the fucking in the Midwest. Okay. Well, if everybody had UBI and they moved over there, that's cash income, that's cash flow to that area. You're gonna see businesses pop up. Boom. I'm a fucking alpha male, but you don't have to have the government run it, or they would run the UBI, but they don't have to run the specific program. Yeah, I'd like to cut down on like government fucking micromanagement, but we still need to redistribute the wealth. All right. Boom. Poggers as fuck. Got it.
Because we're focusing on other countries instead of our own people. Who
Shut up.
Does anyone feel differently about their position now?
I don't know. I think we should switch. I really focus on that whole he holds more traditional conservative values than I do.
I think
Just in that
agree
sense.
with
I
you.
was like, just in that sense, I would switch us.
I think what it was for me is you seemed a lot more passionate and you were more outspoken.
I'm
You
very-
seemed-
How is it like how is helping Ukraine not a traditional American value? Bro, you're letting what do you want Russia to spread their influence? Like, we should let Russia, anti-West, anti-American Russia spread their influence. That's so American. Yeah, you're right, you stupid fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up. You're dumb. You don't know shit. You fucking idiot.
a little bit more quiet. I'm
mean today.
Number two, but now that I'm hearing more,
It's
opinions,
warm. It's so hot in my house. I'm angry all the time.
I would probably agree with switching it to.
We're moving.
What values does everyone have that they feel like doesn't exactly fall in line with the traditional conservative value or just generally conservative value?
Those pants. They don't value your pants at all. Terrible fashion piece. You look like shit.
I'm against the wall because I'm libertarian.
Okay.
I think most people coming here aren't coming here to hurt people. They're coming to make money and make a living.
I am actually for the wall, but not because I want to keep people out.
I'm actually against the wall because I think it's not going to work. Then you're better off doing other things and doing other policies. But
Because I want to know who's coming into this country in a good sense. Sex trafficking in general comes through our southern border. It
does
so do
come.
drugs. So that's the only reason. I don't care if people want to come here to immigrate. Be my guest.
I'm 100% against illegal immigration, and that's not, so I am for the wall, but it's not just the wall, it's the people who are coming here and overstaying their visas. They need to go too.
My position is unique because I
True, and then you got places like New York, and they're like, we're going to give driver's licenses to people that are here illegally. It's like, why? That's just advocating them for them to stay. It probably has to do with like more money. I get it, but like, come on, bro, what are you doing?
immigrated from Mexico when I was younger, and I wouldn't be here most likely if it weren't for that. But I do really believe that illegal immigration is just that, illegal.
I honestly, I just feel like we really can't do anything practical about like illegal immigration. Like in all honesty, I just don't think that there's anything we could do. Like the wall's not really going to do anything necessarily. It might actually help, but I don't think it's practical. I don't think we'd be able to put it up. I think it's a huge environmental hazard. People climb the wall also. You know, you're better off. Why not? Like maybe like a hot take. We could try to focus on helping those other countries so people don't want to come here. I mean, maybe do that. I don't really know. We give them so much money anyway. Let's just displace the government. Fucking overthrow the government. More America. Like we're already called the United States of America. We should control the entirety of North and Central and South America. Duh. Or you could put explosive microchips in the necks of all immigrants, legal ones that are on visas. Once you're off the visa, they remove it. And if your visa expires, you explode if you're still in America. How's that sound? Do you like that? Do you like that? Did you like that idea? What does what matter? What are you talking about? Why are you fucking melting down in the chat, bro? Anyway.
Now what I'm going to have you guys do is grab your phones and go onto the politicalcompass.org and take a political compass test.
Hey, take the political piss test.
I think you did pretty good.
In the fifth spot, we have Maui.
All right. See, I told you I had a feeling. I told you that I had a feeling. Right? I told you I had a little bit of a feeling, bro. That he was number 5. Fuck.
And then in fourth, we have Cameron.
Really? Well, fuck me.
I thought I'd be more like 2, 3-ish area.
And then we have Kelly in the third spot.
What? I just don't believe that.
Whoa.
I
Numbers
said I was
moving
gonna
down.
be 3.
Yeah.
In the second spot, we have Navi.
Oh,
And in first, Hunter.
I didn't expect myself to move up this much. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is like okay.
We have our conservative in disguise here. Holy shit.
I mean,
Damn. I was with the group ranking too. Shit, dude. Honestly, I feel like the only problem, I feel like this would have went better, but like women don't know how to do things. Like they probably filled the test out wrong because, you know, women always fucking stuff up.
way this like political compass sets its frame, like it does evoke certain reactions. So it's not entirely like encompassing of like my views and everything. But yeah, are you guys friends?
I don't know.
I thought it was gonna be
Pissing.
third or second. In all honesty, I thought I was gonna be over here.
Okay.
Some of those questions,
Okay.
like, I never really
That's
thought
how I
about before.
respond to it.
I
Okay.
kind of figured I'd be somewhere over here, like 4 or 5, after hearing everyone's opinions.
I mean, I think it's weird that I'm number 1 and I'm a tall, white, male.
Perfect, yeah. If anyone out there who's watching this does not agree with like me or anyone else's political views, please just look at us as people. Everyone has flaws.
No.
And I just want people to see that we can bridge that divide by just being human to each other. So just spread love, everyone. Just spread love.
Yeah. Well, you want to know what political party I am? Thank you. That was a nice palate cleanser. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.